Man, this franchise keeps getting better and better by the minute. Tom Cruise, keep fighting the good fight, my guy. Keep making high quality movies like this. Yo, what is up, my Cinedroids? G to the S here. Today, I'm gonna be reviewing Tom Cruise's second to last Mission Impossible movie in the saga, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. In this installment, Ethan Hunt and the IMF team must track down a terrifying new weapon that threatens all of humanity if it falls into the wrong hands. With control of the future and the fate of the world at stake, a deadly race around the globe begins. Confronted by a mysterious, all-powerful enemy, Ethan is forced to consider that nothing can matter more than this mission, not even the lives he cares about most. Now, first off, when it comes to the film's use of CGI in the mix of the film's set design and practical realistic effects, they both look amazing. Honestly, that's not a surprise whatsoever. Films like this always bring quality in set design when it comes to making it look action-packed. And some of the effects here look more realistic than some other movies do, especially the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies nowadays. Sure, I enjoyed them from time to time, but I have to admit I'm seeing a decline in quality when it comes to producing CG for their movies. So hopefully they bounce back and make the CGI more realistic than what they're currently doing, but we'll just have to wait and see and hope for the best. For now, stick with these movies. Granted, this is part 1 of the series finale, so hopefully part 2 ends with a huge boom. Fingers crossed. But for now, for this movie, the CG in the mix of the set design and also the camera work and cinematography looks fantastic. Even when it comes to the film's action sequences, which once again, Tom Cruise showcases his own death-defying stunts in this movie. It looks just as amazing as the CG itself. In fact, that's really him doing all these stunts. There's no CG person doing it. I mean, there are a few bits in the movie where he's doing it through a green screen. But most of the time, in terms of execution, he's actually doing them on set. On location. That's what he should be doing, and that's what he has been doing throughout the course of this beloved series. So with that said, great job to the folks at both Paramount Pictures and Skydance Studios for your hard work and dedication into filming the action sequences for this movie. Let's hope you bring it all home once I watch the final movie in the series, Dead Reckoning Part 2. I'm super hyped for that one. Now, as for the film's story and plotline, I'm glad that it's broken into 2 parts because it makes the experience more intriguing and more compelling. Since this is part 1 of a 2-parter finale of the series, it has to end on a cliffhanger so that way I can figure out what unimaginable lengths the characters are going to face in the near future. I trust in the entire team helming this franchise that they will make a big, impactful of a finale that will leave me breathless walking out of the theater because they have put so much pressure and effort into making this movie as big and impactful as possible. In fact, speaking of Tom Cruise death-defying stunts, we all saw that behind-the-scenes video on YouTube where Tom Cruise jumped off a cliff off of a motorcycle, free fall in midair, and pulled out his parachute for this movie. I was waiting if they were gonna show that in the movie, and let me tell you, it was worth the wait. That stunt topped all the other stunts that he has did for over the past 8 years. From dangling on the side of the plane, to battling on a helicopter, and now to this. He does defy crazy in the dictionary, that's for sure. But again, that's why we love him for it. Keep doing your thing, dude. Also, the direction coaching from Christopher McQuarrie yet again, just like the previous 2 movies, was stellar. The man can do no wrong. Need I say more? Plus, in terms of the movie's character development, the mix between comedy and drama was handled so well. Especially the dynamic chemistry between both Ethan Hunt and Benji Dunn in this movie. Those two work really well as partners. I won't spoil anything else about their relationship, but all I have to say is, in terms of the movie's both comedic humor and dramatic emotion, both Simon Pegg and Tom Cruise have infectious chemistry together. I cannot get enough of those two. Now, if I have to nitpick this movie a bit here, it would be the fact that the 2-hour and 43-minute runtime of this movie would be a little too long in length. But again, I was so hooked during the last 40 minutes of this movie that I don't care if this movie was a little longer than expected. I had a lot of fun watching this movie. Also, I heard complaints that the film's villain was a little one-note and a bit of an afterthought that they put in just to add some extra dramatic depth to the movie. But again, I just didn't care. The movie was super action-packed and epic that I can forgive the fact that the villain was cliche. I'm a positive guy, what can I say? In the end, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 was a great first half of a 2-part finale, and I cannot wait to see what Part 2 is gonna look like. Maybe once it comes out, hopefully once the writer's strike ends, which I do support the strike, don't get me wrong. Those writers need to get paid a full amount. But in the meantime, I rate Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 a solid 5 out of 5 stars. Again, Tom Cruise, you need to settle down at some point. I know you're a professional stuntman, but there has to come a point where you need to sit down and rest until you're ready to do more movies like this again. But again, who's gonna stop him anyway? We love him for it. Cannot wait for the final movie in the franchise. I'll be there on the day it comes out. Just you wait. So Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, finally. Have you seen it? If you haven't, you are totally missing out. Go watch it while you still have the chance. But if you have, come back and let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Also, if you like this video and you want to see some more, make sure that like button shines in your face. That'll totally help me out a ton. Also, share it with your family and friends and favorite it. That's a very good way to show support for this review. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell right next to you so you can be notified of future videos that I have in store for you. Also, if you want a shout out in a future video, just follow me on both Instagram and X, and I will choose one of my Cinedroids to be displayed as a shout out. The link's in the description below. Also, I set up a Patreon page for you guys where you don't have to do this if you don't want to. But if there's a rare chance that you are interested in doing so, there's a link in the description so that way you can visit my page and gain access to up to 4 membership tiers. On my page, I post reviews a week early before you see them uploaded on my regular YouTube channel. And I also plan to do movie/TV show episode reactions and a whole variety of content on my page as well. So if that's your cup of tea, go to the link below, become a patron, and let's get to know each other a bit more. Also, if you want to subscribe to my gaming channel, there's either a link in the description or at the icon card in the top right corner of your screen. Go over there, subscribe, and let's just have fun together. Also, if you want to subscribe to my GS Productions After Dark channel, there will also be a link in the description so that way you can subscribe to that channel if you're feeling frisky. But until then, I'll see you next time. Peace out.